Welcome back to another wonderful year. It's a Convoluted podcast. It's your host, Liz. I'm with Tyrant, Dominus, aka Jesus. And if it's your first time listening, please subscribe and listen. We always like more subscribers. How are you, Jesus?
I'm good. I hope everyone had a wonderful New Year's. The holidays are finally over. All that hot mess it is, just like going driving holidays, or if you're just at home, but it's all over finally, and the new year is upon us. Time for new resolutions, new goals, and all that hullabaloo. I think we talked about it last time, how resolutions aren't that wonderful to start with because most people drop them, but it's good to set goals for yourself for the most part, at least with the new year's. So I was talking to Liz a little bit pre-show. So what are some goals you want to do? Because I know we joke, but I think we're gonna actually take it as a year. At least 2024 will be our year to recover from what has been 2023. And we thought the pandemic was bad. Boy, the 2023 not, at least for our lives. It's another level. But definitely, yeah. So Liz, do you have any goals in particular, or resolution, whatever you want to call them?
It's not set in stone. There's just kind of goals throughout the year. I want to try and lose some more weight, back down on my drinking again. I think it helped with my weight loss with not drinking as much, but I definitely was planning on more dry weeks, and there are special occasions I will drink because, heaven forbid, we all need some moments to cheer up the celebrations. More adventures. This year I'm doing more adventures. I am just planning things. I got some camping trips in the mode. I got trips going on. I'm excited for this year to happen because I'm just going to focus on having some fun this year, enjoy myself, and yeah, that's what I'm going to do. What about you, Jesus?
So I kind of divvied them up into categories a little bit. So some health goals, just like yourself a little bit. Just take care of my health a little bit, lose a little weight because, during the holidays, the sad truth is, you get some good food, you can't stop. You got Thanksgiving, Christmas, and some of those things in between. So definitely those have stockpiled, sadly, but you can't pass up on good food. Can't pass up.
Oh no, hell no. I didn't skip on any food. Did you?
So definitely that. It's nothing too serious, but definitely there are some just taking it easier, just kind of doing that. And just some health, just checkups and things like that, just to one of those things where you're just kind of getting older, but you just got to be a little bit more attentive. I think that's the best way I can put it, attentive of what's happening. That's my health goals for the year. As far as global stuff, and kind of a mix of content for at least for the show and myself. Content wise, you'll be seeing me stream more. And I'm gonna be doing at least 2 times a week. I've set a time, so every Tuesdays and Thursdays, from 10 to 2 Pacific Standard Time. You can do the math yourselves. I'll be going live. We'll have probably an ad playing towards the end, showcasing that. You can follow me. And that one is not going to be on YouTube because I think I want to keep that separate. So if you really want to come hang out, it's going to be on twitch.tv/tyrant_Dominus. If you're watching the ad, there's a QR code you can scan if you're watching this. If you're listening to it or watching it still, there's going to be a link down in the description to come follow, come hang out. It's just going to be me just hanging out, playing games. So if you want to just chit chat while I'm just playing, shoot the shit, join us there. And then as far as like the podcast, me and Liz have been working on stuff. I think throughout the last year, we were debating and talking about how we wanted to do stuff, and just because of holidays and how hectic our lives have become, I think we're finally at a point where we want to start to make use of our bonus episodes and have fun with that, and actually put some time, set aside some time for that, because we want to actually, like, as much as we enjoy doing this, talking about news shows and stuff, and giving you guys a little behind the scenes as far as how we do run stuff. But there's more ideas we want to do that we can't actually do on the normal pod. And we want to do them as like little fun shows and bonuses. So look forward to that. Definitely those are going to be coming, but not 100%, but they are going to be coming. So that's kind of some of the content goals that I have set for a little bit myself. Like set up some bonuses, and then just some outing stuff, like global goals. Like I want to go out a little bit more, and I've already and then do some like kind of mixed with global and content is try to at least do one movie, watch one movie a month to kind of go out and kind of do a review of it and put it on Reaction Cast. So if you want to see that, that's going to be doing that. But at least do one, because there are months have been there I'm like I just skipped December. I did not watch this. So I watched a few movies. I did a few reviews for TV shows, but no movies. I just didn't have time to go out.
What about Barbie? I know you did.
I did review Barbie.
Yeah, I was a little late, but
I did review Barbie. So if you guys want to hear my review on Barbie, it's up now. But yeah, definitely it was late to review, but I still put out my thoughts, and I didn't go out to see it, sadly. It's one of those few movies.
And you wish you did.
I did actually. I did wish I did go see it. But yeah, that it's one of those things. Like, yeah, I'm gonna at least try to go at least one time to the cinema to catch a movie. And then as far as like things, I'm doing a once a month game night with some friends and family. So that's already been scheduled, the first, like, so we'll be doing that every month. So that's kind of a thing to just kind of have some like a global social goals. So movies and game night. That's kind of the plan for myself. So those are kind of my goals. If you guys want to, I might do like updates every once in a while. But yeah, it's kind of the thing, you know, health, content, and then kind of socials goals. Those are kind of the things. It sounds like a lot, but if you just take them in pieces, people can do them. So, how are you feeling as far as your goal plans?
I mean, right now, I'm just one day at a time, and I'm planning. Like, usually just, if I find events that I want to go, or I'll make time for it, or I'm just going out and doing things. I'm posting a lot more on Insta. Hopefully that's my plan. Hopefully a little bit globally too, social-wise, to post out a little bit more, saying how my life is going. I plan on doing some fun things this year. They're in the works. Everything's just a little bit of planning, and as my schedule comes rolling out, slowly in pieces and bits and all that jazz, and not thrown into chaos like recently.
Yeah, definitely. The start of the year has not been that great, like for either of us. But we're going. It's only been, as far as the day of this recording, it's only been a few days. Into the new year.
5 days. It's only been 5.
You know, and it's definitely like nothing's gonna change immediately. It's not a reset. It's just a continuation of last year, sadly. But we're trying. We're doing. It's best for, at least for what me and Liz are trying to do. It's best to plan ahead. Instead of just jumping into like the new year. We're planning, we're building our raft to go into the ocean that is 2024. Like we're going to take our time. We're not like immediately going to be jumping to our resolutions and goals. Like at least as for like the streaming, that's probably into like a week or two from now. I got to prep some stuff, and content, that's not until like February or March. It's one of those things like we're planning for the long run and not for immediate turnover. So that's one of those things like people, when it comes to like resolutions, I think we talked about it the last episode for the beginning of the year for 2023. It takes a lot of commitment for individuals to put it. And if you really just jump head first and without any planning, then you're setting yourself up for failure. There.
Failure.
Yep.
You could be say floundering too. You could be floundering.
That's true. But yeah, that's kind of really it. Anything else you want to talk about before we jump into some of the stories and things like that?
No, just take care of yourselves, guys. I think this is 2024. We gotta, as we said, it's gotta be, it's gonna be our rebound year or a year to recover, as we called it. So recover yourself. Just do what you want to do. Hopefully, have some fun doing it, and definitely take care of yourselves. I think that's the whole thing. I started it last year. I think it's going to be a continuous trend. Continue to take care of myself. I think that's. I think we all have to do that. We all have to take care of ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever piques your guys' interest. So
there you go.
Let's get the show on the road.
All right then. Let's see here. We're gonna jump into a video. So give us one. Okay, now we're back.
Cali Express in Pasadena touted as world's first fully autonomous AI-powered restaurant, and the thumbnail is a tip screen.
So like I said, like it's an AI-powered restaurant, and you still have to tip. Like America itself has a really interesting tipping like situation. Like I get like tipping. Because God knows that how bad the service industry is for them. That tips are the only ways to live. But who are you tipping? Computers?
Yeah, that's a little extreme. What are they giving us? Chopped liver?
Welcome to America.
Yeah, that's right.
New at 5, the world's first fully autonomous restaurant will soon be opening in Pasadena.
The new burger joint, Cali Express, is anything but utilizing the world's first AI-powered robotic fry station and grill.
Yeah.
Eyewitness News reporter Rob Hayes brings us a first look.
When you think of fine food and dream dinners,
Spread it on the plate.
Oh yeah, just
I've never understand the concept of quote fine dining. Like when you see those fancy like just give me delicious food. It can be plated nicely. I don't care about like I do enjoy when it's like for a presentation for like shows and stuff, but if it's served to me in front of me, just place it good and let me eat some good food,
Right.
that's what I like. Eating fucking metal and
the
paint.
edible gold. Yeah.
That's my idea of a good time.
On the plate.
it's usually the
I remember I
human
saw that I saw this clip on Nickelodeon back in the 90s.
Plate.
Oh,
It's
slime.
usually the human touch that pushes it into the realm of greatness.
Oh,
but in this
beautiful.
Pasadena restaurant,
Look at that. Isn't that
it's gonna
amazing?
be a different approach,
We are at Cali Express.
which is a restaurant in the Cali Express lane to the future, relying heavily
By
on
Flippy.
artificial intelligence and these guys.
So what for anyone listening? So what we're seeing is like it looks like a burger place. It seems like it's a burger place. They have a robotic hand that is dipping the fry
Fries, yeah.
the French fries, and there's QR codes and things like that to kind of scan to. Probably that's how the computer reads the camera reads how the functions. So we'll see.
There we go, boys. Bro, he don't even know what a union is.
True that.
It's a very friendly, helpful robot.
There's
Yeah, it
quite a
sure
few of
is.
them here. A big one that makes
Oh, it makes the burgers too?
Another one
I think this is such a great thing, man. Like, this is such a great thing. Like, I've been, like...
What are your thoughts? Just what are your thoughts before he talks? Before Asmongold talks?
No, I'm hesitant. I mean, are those machines ever getting washed? Is the oil getting changed? I hope there's somebody doing that kind of stuff, because that's where I'm worried about.
There's maintenance. There's probably maintenance people. They have to have a maintenance person
Got to
around.
be at least somebody, a couple people on staff, just to kind of make sure that there's nothing goes chaotic.
Yeah,
where they decided they're gonna spray the French fries and the oil all over the place.
Yeah, we're not 100% AI yet. There's gonna be a maintenance person around. Let's see what he has to say.
Nobody wants to work at a fucking fast food restaurant, right? It's like, and I'm sure there's some people that like it. In each Taco Bell, there's probably one person that likes their job and 10 people that hate it.
Yeah, I would say so.
Absolutely freaking true. Wherever you go, though, everywhere you go.
This is such a good thing.
Yeah, I was talking to my sister, and yeah, that's kind of the concept she has with some of her workplace co-workers. There's the word.
Makes the fries. A
Yeah.
couple of other robots, they set the holiday
Oh,
mood.
bro, that's so good. I love this. Wow. It's the future, guys. Can you believe it? Isn't that cute?
Mood. Now, keeping them chugging along is
Yeah.
AI. Even letting you pay with your
Pay
face.
with your face.
With your face.
You know, when we're getting to the point where you're just like seeing, oh man, I just need a picture of you, and you get charged for everything.
I know somebody could steal your picture, your face. And
Literally stealing your identity.
Yeah, you know.
Face. Oh, they do that. Yeah, they did that at the fucking airport.
So it scans your face?
Yeah.
Still, just tipping.
I'm not leaving a fucking tip to a like, it's not even a human being. I'd rather give my physical money to somebody who actually is physically working.
True, it's true.
Bruh. You're gonna tip the robots, huh?
I don't know if I'm gonna.
Jesus, man.
Yep, that.
Even
agree
this
with
guy
you,
called him
Adam.
out. Oh my fucking god.
Emotional.
Wait a
damage.
second. So you have to pay, you have a tip, and on top of the tip, they also show you an ad? Oh wait, no, never mind. I thought, no, this isn't an ad. This is just a store.
I don't know if I'm gonna tip this now.
Sounds pretty cool, right? But keep in mind, Hollywood doesn't see a very bright.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
Really, guys? Really?
Terminator.
We have to fucking show a clip of the Terminator?
And look
Oh
at
my
that
god.
What about that iRobot one?
Future for AI.
Shall we play a
Oh my, I watched this. I
That
remember
question
watching
should have
that.
been no, but the folks here at Cali Express see AI not only as a tasteful dining option, but an economical one as well.
They don't call in sick. They don't get drunk the night before work and come.
Literally what the job is for. Like, come on. That's what it really is. Jobs like that are what it is. I mean, that's how it is. They don't get drunk the night before. Every place you work at, every place. I'm sorry.
That's right. That's right. We're going to listen to it again.
Economical one as well.
They don't call in sick.
True.
They don't get drunk the night before work and come in with a hangover.
True.
They're a little bit more reliable.
And affordable.
Yeah, I bet they
wouldn't
are.
say how much the hair.
That is true.
More reliable. There's something in the flaw. There is a flaw in the system somewhere. Somebody want to hack it? I dare anybody. All you hackers out there, go and hack it. It'd be hilarious.
Definitely it's one of those things where the current economy, the current state of the economy, people don't enjoy the work. There's a lot of people missing work. People aren't showing up to works. Like we can both attest to that. And
That's what I did last night. Duh. Covered somebody who called out sick.
oh, fun. And then there's actually a store in my company a couple weeks ago. They had a whole walkout and people just not showing out.
Holy shit.
It's just one of those things. People don't want to show up to work and things like that. And it's just like this. People just don't depending on situation, like things aren't going well for a lot of people, and it's just the way people like their jobs. Some people don't want to go to those jobs or not, or it's just not a good work environment. Like it can be a lot of different, or it just can be the person. Like they just don't want to be working there.
Hamburger robot costs, but Flippy, the fry chef over here.
Oh God, Flippy. Maybe I would have.
Compare that to a human who California says will earn $20 an hour.
Oh, fuck that. You want to pay some fucking high school burnout $20 an hour to flip a fucking hamburger? He does it wrong? Bro. We getting them robots. We out
starting next year.
It's quite
and keep in mind that the price of this is going to go down every year. Like the price of maintaining and running this shit's going to go down. Like this is not like it's not the lowest it's going to be.
That's true. If you think of it exponentially, you put down the down payment of the 4K, and then the maintenance cost in the long run, in 5 to 10 years, that will be cheaper than actually having cooks, basically.
Funding a few full-time staff.
Yeah. Their savings, they say, also allowing them to use some really fancy meat in their burgers.
Wagyu? Why not?
But don't worry, there will still be people working at Cali Express, adding that human touch.
There's still humans who will pack the food. Somebody to assemble, package them, and actually be the friendly face to the customer.
Yeah.
Until they figure out how to get rid of that.
No, all right. I personally would like to see somebody physically working to make my food. I know it's like I got the human touch, and I will still get sick from it later. It's all good.
At least you know how to blame.
I know, right?
I think that makes sense. It's going to take a while for it to be completely automated.
The Cali Express are hoping those customers, once they get a taste of their burgers,
that is a good burger.
To get that green shit out of it.
I'll be back.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe.
Well, okay, I think we're done with that. We can talk about it. Give us 1 second, everyone. But yeah, that's kind of like we were talking. That is kind of the near future where robots they've been designed. We talked about it a little bit last year. But yeah, it's becoming more the kind of that sci-fi futuristic stuff that we see in movies and stuff. It's slowly getting there. It's not to the crazy extent where people are expanding upon, but it's getting there. It's getting there.
Now the question is, what do we do with this human population that is over 7 billion right now? This whole world. What do we do for giving them jobs? I mean, we can't support it without giving. You can't. It's like you have to earn a living to own an apartment or or a house or whatever, or a car. But what job do you do? Our jobs are dissipating. Haven't you heard the layoffs? Haven't you heard? Nobody wants to work. Bruh. What do you do with these people who don't want to work? We're going to have a huge homeless population soon. Watch. Because A, you don't have jobs for them because you're giving it to AI.
Yeah, we're getting to that point where we're getting to that weird dystopian future where people are in like camps and stuff like that. And we might just have to do like Hunger Games or Battle Royale status if you really want to.
I know. It's gonna come to that. Watch. I know. Oh, fuck.
Because the way it is right now for the general populace, it's bad. And for any quote lower income families, it's real bad. And I would consider both of us in the middle class. And
slowly sliding down the other end.
But even then, we're still on the verge, all things considered, and that's us being at middle class, and that's saying a lot. And it's really disappointing, and but it's cool, but it's just how far will you take it compared to what it's gonna be used for, right? In places that are too busy, that this wouldn't be too bad. Because there are places like they mentioned, people just don't show up to work, and people they still need to make earnings. So why not have an AI robot doing it? So there are benefits. It's just like, do the benefits outweigh the cost of the people? You know. But I'm all for the AI the robot food. So I'm good for that. I'm good. I'm pro robot food.
I know you are. I know you are.
You know, because thank you, robot overlords, for giving us the food. Just, you know, I was never against you. I'll hail the new Burger King.
The new Burger King. I know Burger King is pretty much out of business. So.
Yeah, they're just, I don't know. I've not seen much advertisement. They've just kind of been falling off. I haven't actually had Burger King.
Actually, they filed bankruptcy, I believe.
Oh yeah, like I haven't had a Burger King burger in over a year, maybe 2 years. It's been a while.
I can't eat anything outside unless I make sure it's somehow got no gluten in it.
The curse.
I'm fucking screwed.
The curse.
I don't really go out to eat anymore, basically, unless you can find a gluten-free place, or I can, like, if I can go to In-N-Out, I can get a protein style, which is just wrapped in lettuce. So.
Fun. Liz has been.
They don't offer that. They don't offer that anywhere else. So, except for like Joe's and other places I've been to. So.
Okay. All right. Let's what's the next story you wanna jump into?
I don't know. Do you want to go on the weird and chippy, or what are we doing?
Whatever you feel like. What are you feeling?
We feel like dealing with the tick, or not dealing with the tick.
Oh my god. Sure, let's do it.
Let's do this, because this is why not. We're the Convoluted podcast, right? This is our realm of speaking. All right. Priest cuts off his own penis during crazed mental break. Followed tick bite.
Oh god, my god.
Yeah, I know, right? He should have done a tick check. A priest in Czech Republic sliced off his own penis with a knife after allegedly driven psychotic by a tick bite. We don't know exactly what happened. It was causing a health problem. I'm not going to be able to say the town. In southern Bohemia, where the alarming incident occurred, told local media. According to Czech outlets, locals first realized something was awry after the unnamed clergyman failed to show up to a prearranged meeting. Paramedics busted down his door, after which he was found the priest lying unconscious in a pool of blood with his penis severed, Novinky reported. Impaled man of God was subsequently rushed to the local emergency room, where medics discovered that he sustained injuries to his genitals. Due to a deteriorating condition, doctors put the man into an induced coma and placed him on a ventilator, which remained on for 10 days, the Daily Mail reported. Unfortunately, medics had difficulty finding out what transpired beforehand due to his comatose state. He's lying unconscious in the ARO ward. Dave Hensel, Vicar General of the diocese, told local media, due to the circumstances, it's impossible to find out what really happened. However, doctors did discover central damage to the patient's nervous system, which appeared to be viral in origin, per the religious leader's testimony. Hensel claimed that the priest had suffered from tick-borne encephalitis, also known as TBE, which is swelling of the brain, caused by a tick-transmitted disease. Per Daily Mail, it is advanced stages. The condition can induce personality changes and even psychosis, which is believed to be the case of the priest. According to the European Centre of Disease Prevention and Control, the Czech Republic is one of the countries with the highest incidence of TBE in Europe, recorded in between 5 to 1,000 cases per year.
Bruh. Wow.
The risk is, yeah, I know, right? Wow, it's just crazy. That's why you don't go out into wooded areas without ever truly looking. for yourself and covering yourself and making sure either you cover yourself up or definitely like take the time to look for a ticks, because ticks will lead on to Lyme disease and and of course obviously TBE, which sucks. I mean, that's like, it sucks. I mean, it happens, and it really is a sad case, and the fact that it has definitely gone too extreme. So
yeah, when it gets to the quote extreme, that's like the scary part of this thing. It's like, and I really don't want to think about it too often, but it's
I know, right?
People have to know about these things, because you just never know when these kind of like disease, because no one thinks about like Lyme disease or things like that, right? These days.
No,
But
they don't think about it, but it happens. I mean, it's truly the case. It happens. And I think when you go out to wooded areas, make sure you cover yourself up and then actually double check to make sure you don't find any of them. And if you do, take a tweezers and take them out. Take them out. It can be like little dots, and then within minutes, it can be. I still remember one of my. I was in 5th grade. The 5th grader teacher woke up with a tick, and she said she screamed so loud because it was so huge on her throat. And it fell off. Ugh. I still cringe at that story. Like, get that thing off my throat, get it out of me.
yeah, because definitely it's like you're right. Like these, it's just like mostly as far as like tick-borne diseases. It's should be a growing concern in the United States, mostly because depending on how climate changes and how people have been tracking diseases, it's just definitely people. If you're going to be out there, wear protective clothing, repellent, and body check. Definitely body. If like let's
be meticulous.
Yeah, definitely. You do not want to be out there. Not want to be.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right. Let's the next story I want to jump into, kind of going back into kind of the economy a little bit, and something Liz's a little bit is the thousands of junior doctors in Britain walk off the day job, beginning the 6-day strike. I think we started talking about this last
year. This was potentially happening.
Now it did. So let's jump in here. So thousands of doctors walked off their job in Britain on Wednesday at the start of the 6-day strike over pay that was set to be the longest in histories of the state-funded National Health Service. Managers said that tens of thousands scheduled appointments and operations were cancelled during the walkout across England and Wales by junior doctors. Those in the first year of their careers, the doctors whom from the backbone of the hospital and the clinic care plan to stay off the job until 7 a.m. on Tuesday. The senior doctors and other medics have had a draft to cover for the emergency services and critical care and maternity service. But Julian Hartley, chief executive of Healthcare Managers Organization to NHS providers, said that the strike came at one of the toughest times of the year for the health service, immediately after the Christmas and New Year period, because of the pressures that demands. And of course, we've got the flu, we've got COVID. So there's going to be an impact on patients that will be significant, he said. Britain has endured a year of rolling strikes across the healthcare sector as staff sought pay raises to offset the soaring cost of living. Unions say wages, especially the public sector, have fallen in real terms over the past decade. A double-digit inflation in the late 2020 and early 2023, fueled by sharply rising food and energy prices, that left many workers struggling to pay their bills. So let's stop there for a moment. So that's kind of, it's one of the things we've been talking like American economy, but it's not just happening to us. It's happening to people across the pond, to people around the world. But here's the story telling us like, hey, it's even doctors.
Doctors can't even afford to make a living. That tells you something's up. Like, there's something legitimately wrong with the situation.
Yeah, because you would think like, why are they doing this? They're hurting the public. But they are part of the public, you know. They should be willing to get paid a reasonable wage for what they are doing. And a lot mostly like these are like year one people, but there's a lot of people during the pandemic who worked through it. Like Liz can attest to this. Like they were put through a lot during 2020 and 2021. I think those are like the 2 big years, right?
In 2022, we kind of had it too.
Towards the end, so
yeah.
But you know, it is peak season for the north hemisphere because it's colder. People are getting sick. Like there's like little things that are happening around us. People at my workplace are like sick and like still showing up to work. I'm like, don't get near me. I don't know why you're here. You're not helping us at all or helping the public.
I know, but you don't have that many sick days.
That's true.
And once you use up your sick days, how many, you can't afford it, And then you start using your vacation and then you're losing the vacation time. Like there's like no ending story. So for me, I have a system where I use both. It's my accrued time is everything. My vacation time, my sick time, you name it. So the fact that sucks.
Actually, have you tried using, what is it called? I just found out about this. I think it's like called the Oregon Medical Leave.
Medical leave?
Something like that.
Yes, I did use that last year, and I've used it all. My 8 weeks I was off. I used about 7 of the weeks off. I was able to use that up, and
it's a paid leave Oregon.
I just recently got reimbursement for the time I was off for my 2 weeks. So, I mean, I used it. So I was. It happened to work out perfectly and smoothly. Yes, it was a hiccup with the last 2 weeks, but hey, I'm okay with that. I just finally got the reimbursement.
So for anyone,
I did use it to my advantage.
So for anyone who's listening to this is in the state of Oregon in the United States, Oregon apparently since early 2023, I think it started September.
Actually, late, 2023.
So late.
But in 2023, though, at the beginning of the year, we started paying for it.
So there is a thing called paid leave.
Pay for it on our paychecks.
Yeah. So we still it's kind of like a thing, but it is a good thing to have. I think it's how many days? Fuck, I should have looked.
It goes up to about 12 weeks.
So 12 weeks. You get 12 weeks for if your workplace isn't able to fully compensate for that, you have an additional thing. And then it's used for other things too, like for parental leave, for grievances, things like that. Because definitely one should not, the workplace should not, you should not suffer for your workplace inavailability to.
Only workplaces only gives you about 60 to 70% of what your wages are when you go on this leaves, whatever kind of leave you need. But I mean, seriously, that sucks because you're still hindered that percentage.
Because if I'm remembering, I'm trying to remember my count. I think I'm only if I get sick, I only get 3 weeks, and that's depending on how bad it is. 3 weeks is not a lot. Sometimes, if it's a mild thing, less than a week is fine. That makes sense. But if it's something serious, we didn't bring up our previous co-host a little bit.
Yes. Maybe we should backtrack just a smidge back.
We can.
Shout out to Connor.
So let's since we're kind of in the medical center a little bit. So if everyone knows and listens, so if you guys are a continuous fan, if you're new, we have co-hosts come and go throughout the months, the years, and one of our friend, but previous co-host Connor, who has sadly was involved in a car accident. I'll probably be putting up a link right now for a GoFundMe, but it's pretty bad. Like, it was pretty bad. You get hit by a car, that's still it's not pretty. We can describe it.
Biking, guys. He was biking. He was not in a car physically. He was biking to work.
So yeah, definitely he got knocked a couple screws loose, and definitely he's not going to be able to do his job. So hopefully this method will also help a little bit with his current situation, and then every other thing. But definitely there's gonna be a link down in the description. There's probably a QR code on the screen at the moment. But yeah, support and that's actually a good story. It's just like the way to, if someone leaves to work and you're not able to do it, that's a way like this. That's a decent, an extreme example, but it's an extreme example that you need to know, like, you won't be able to go to work. But he's been at, to the day of this recording, he's at least been getting to a month of not being to work.
I thought it was over a month by now.
It's like day 25 or 26.
Ooh.
To the day of this recording, so about almost a month. And it's one of those things, like, if that happened to me and that I would not be able to continue working, those 3 weeks are gone already. So like the 21 days are gone. And how would I now continue on from there, you know? And then that's not even accounting. That's not accounting medical costs. That's a whole different story. Gotta love America, right?
God, yeah. I think mother was telling me the deductible just went up twofold.
So yeah,
it was what, 8,000 last year. Now it's gonna be 16,000 this year. I'm like, oh.
But yeah, definitely, you know.
I thought I had it bad.
Yeah, support Connor and his family. You know, we're wishing the best for him. We saw him recently. We're wishing the best for him.
We still promise you that burger, man. Just get better. Just get better.
Get better. We'll have a little get together and we'll bring you a burger. But yeah, that's a little. We were gonna bring that. I completely forgot. I do apologize. I was gonna bring it up in the year to kind of like let people know what's happening there. But yeah, kind of going back to the doctors here. It's one of those things where definitely low pay and high stress is leading to many doctors considering unemployment over. Because yeah, let's see here. Let's continue on with the story here. Senior doctors and other medics have had to draft into cover for emergency services, critical care, and maternities. Yeah. Executives, chief executive healthcare managers, organization, NHS providers said the strike came. Oh wait, no, I already read that.
Yeah, you read that. You're down to the union.
Okay, here we go. Britain has endured. No, we already read that. Yeah, no. Britain has a year of rolling strikes across the healthcare center staff sought by.
He said that too.
Oh my god. Oh, here it is. The union says.
I told you.
It's my screen rolled a little bit. Okay, there we go. The union says newly qualified doctors earn £1,553 or $19 an hour. They only make $19 an hour.
Damn, that sucks. Like, compared to our doctors here in America,
so
I actually make more than America. I make more than them, and I'm a pharmacy technician here in the States.
The UK minimum wage is over £10 an hour. Those salaries are, I think the UK's pound is more than the American dollar at the moment. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. On the picket lines outside of St. Thomas Hospital in central London, 28-year-old Dr. Georgia Blackwell said stress and low pays were driving many doctors to take overseas jobs, and a lot of doctors are moving to Australia, not just because of pay, but also for work-life balance. That makes sense. If you can find a better location to work, even if you can, because right now it's hard to even find a place to work. Like, do your best in this economy, because if you can find something better for you. This is what I was telling to one of my sisters. He was given an option from 2 jobs. One where she genuinely likes the job, she enjoys it, but the workplace is not that enjoyable to be in. And the pay is not great compared to another job that she currently has that has more pay, better benefits. She has less knowledge of it, but she could take the time to learn. And I asked her, like, which one are you going to stick with? And she said she wants to do the jobs she likes to do with the less pay and less benefits. I'm like, why? Why make yourself suffer? And I'm like,
yeah, as much as you love your job, there's got to be a balance. Like, I'm actually pushing back a little bit this year, some things, and I'm hoping that it works out in my favor. I've rescued them enough to be like, hey, I've done this for you. Can you give me a little leeway? But I mean, that's the whole thing. You have to do something that's going to make give you better in life. I mean, you can't keep going backwards or you're going to slip down into that slope. As we were talking about how you could be, you know, that low income, and it's going to happen real quick, real fast, especially with this economy right now. So do something that's going to make it a little more pay. And if it's going to be, you learn a little bit more, maybe you'll find out really good coworkers too. Who knows?
So yeah, like make your life better instead of make your entire life better, not your work life.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
Exactly.
that's what, like that's there. At the end of the day, I told them it's your life. You decide what you want to do. So, but that says, so the nurses, ambulance crew, and senior doctors have reached pay deals with the government, but the union representing the junior doctors has held out, and the negotiations broke down late last year. Yeah, we talked about that. The government says it won't hold further talks unless doctors call off the strike, while the medic union and the British Medical Association says it won't negotiate unless it receives a credible pay offer. The union says junior doctors' pay has been cut by more than a quarter since 2008. The notion that we are here hell-bent on calling the strikes and all we want to do is call strike is not what we want. We want is to negotiate an offer that we can put to our members and for our members to accept. So yeah, definitely, like,
It's gotta go both ways. You gotta give and you gotta give and take, right? So, yep. You gotta give and you gotta take a little bit. That's the whole point. Give a little bit more and you'll get a little bit more too in return. So, I mean, it's
give and take.
gotta go both ways. And if they're not gonna give them the pay raise, then and they're not supposed to stop the strike, and then it will be better. No, we want like a guaranteed contract in the writing. Here it is, and everybody will sign it.
Exactly. Because, yeah, at the end of the day, like, these are going to be the people in the future that are going to be keeping you guys healthy. You want them to be, like, happy and healthy and mentally healthy in their workplace.
Physically healthy and financially healthy to be able to continue to do that.
Like, you want to keep these people. These are going to be, this is your future doctors. And you're literally driving them away to other locales. Like, and like, why, like we said earlier, why not give yourself the best opportunity? Like if you can, like we say that, it's like, we say that a lot, but we're currently, at least me and Liz, to an extent, we are kind of in our peak of where we're at. We can go more, but that would depends on how much we want to stress or strain our current situation. And as much as we're trying to make this a year of recovery, it's not like we won't do it if we don't have to. We can't do it. Wait, not like we won't try to do it if we don't want to. It just, is it worth the cost of the stress and everything to push? When our current situation, we're still trying to, or at least me and Liz, Liz can speak for her own self to continue to push forward or not.
Every day is a push forward. You gotta just one step in front of the other, as everybody likes to say, and it's true. I am pushing every day to make it happen.
So yeah. So, do you have any thoughts? Mostly because this is kind of your forte as far as.
I mean, I'm glad the junior doctors are striking out and saying, "Hey, we need more pay." That is absolutely freaking true. Like, doctors deserve much more. I mean. I'm all for the nurses. I'm all for the pharmacy personnel. I'm all for those people because they're all for that, because we all deserve a living. We put ourselves through hell and back to take care of our patients. And especially if in a hospital setting, we take care of each other. If we don't take care of each other, then we're all floundering. So if you don't take care of your doctors, you're going to have a hard time keeping healthcare, keeping open its doors.
Yeah.
It'll be like that Walgreens that just shuts down because there's not enough staff, or that Safeway that doesn't have enough staff, or something. I mean, just think about it, guys. I mean, if you don't have enough, you're not going to be able to make it work. I mean, and people are going to hurt in general from that. It's a downward case. It's like I keep saying, it's a downward case. The doctors don't get paid enough. Their doors are closed because there's enough staffing to do it.
So then there are nurses and there pharmacy in that area doesn't have the customers, and just it's just a whole
And the
ecosystem.
customers are dying because there's not enough. I mean, that's a bad thing when you have people dying because they can't get treated.
Well, actually, that actually might fit. We have too many people in the world. That actually might solve the situation here.
Maybe. We already talked about diseases doing the same thing, so. But apparently it hasn't stopped the people populating.
That's true.
Knocking off people.
That's true. All right. So I think those are kind of our final thoughts. We're gonna watch one more video to kind of close it off. It's a little inspirational and really like why moment. So give us 1 second.
The movie is it paused?
I feel.
Give me that. What? You want me to pause it?
Is it?
I can pause it. So we had some technical difficulties. We do apologize. So what happened? What we missed was a little bit of discussion of just talking about the kid who beat Tetris for the first time, and we were talking about how
13 years old.
Yeah, 13 years old, and how we were talking about how we should like acknowledge all achievements, no matter how small or big. And we're just about to talk about someone who belittled this kid's achievement, because like we were saying a little bit before, is to beat Tetris, to truly beat Tetris, you have to get to a score so high that the game breaks. And there's a video called after 34 years, someone finally beat Tetris, by the YouTube channel A Game Scout, that kind of explains the whole thing. And there's also the video of him beating it too. His name is Blue Scooty. So if you want to see him beat it, and if you want to see a video kind of a little of the history of how people have tried to beat Tetris, go check those out. But let's find out how someone can belittle a 13-year-old child after doing such an achievement.
A full understanding of the scale of this achievement. So as you would expect, everyone got really excited about this. People love to see something being done for the first time ever, being able to feel like you're part of history to witness this moment. And everyone was pumping their fist, celebrating this achievement from Willis, except for one lady. One miserable old asshole had to go out there, and instead of pumping her fist, she was shaking it, saying, "Damn you kids, you hooligans, this isn't cool. I'm not having any fun, so why should you?" And spit on it on a news broadcast. She's this journalist who made an absolute fucking fool of herself. All right, let's talk about Tetris. So I'm sure all of you saw this yesterday, but big news, or was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I think it was yesterday. Big news though, a 13-year-old became the first human being to actually beat Tetris. So fundamentally what that means is the game stopped working. He had a score so high that the CPU just couldn't process it anymore, and it stopped working. Which is crazy. It's a wild accomplishment, like it's super cool. So here's the clip. There's a great YouTube video on it already. But the kid's super excited, and he has every right to be. It's a wonderful achievement.
Yeah.
Very wholesome, very cool. Everyone was pumping their fist for the kid, except for Ebenezer Scrooge over here. This absolute witch. This lady took it as an opportunity to belittle it and insult him. So here's a segment from Sky News, which is already a joke of an organization. And I guess this host was having a bit of a rough day. Needed to shit on some people's fun. Here we go.
Now, Tetris has long been touted as a video game that just can't be beaten because it just goes on and on. Well, 13-year-old American Willis Gibson has technically proven that wrong. He beat the original Nintendo version of the game by reaching such a high level that the coding froze. That left the program unable to generate any more falling blocks.
Now, ordinarily, as a news anchor,
step away from the screen, go outside, get some fresh air. Beating Tetris is not a life goal. Speaking of fresh air, let's get a look at the weather.
Good one. So, as a news anchor, you would think that your wholesome news.
There, like get off the screen, go get some touch grass, That was her thing.
Wow, somebody's moody.
So it's disappointing that like someone can just like imagine if that was your child, she accomplished something that she got onto the news and they would belittle them.
What a bitch. What a bitch. Really, like, come on. It takes skill and talent. And yes, a lot of time to do this, but if it's something that's awesome like that, have you seen a grown human do it? No. A kid? That's tough. That's tricky. So
I'd rather hear wholesome stories on the news with some positive news behind them than some of the horrible things we talk about.
I know.
But you can make such a wholesome story. If you can make wholesome stories seem so bad, like why do it?
I know.
News
Why
segment,
even report the news?
Exactly.
It was supposed to be uplifting news. You probably wouldn't want to sully it by shitting on the person, the subject here, but she just couldn't help herself. There's no way that was in the script. And she's so fucking proud of herself too for insulting a 13-year-old. Oh, whoops, misclick.
Step away from the screen, go outside, get some fresh air. Beating Tetris is not a life goal.
I don't understand. It is a very impressive achievement, and it's not like we're in the early 90s anymore. You can make a whole career out of an achievement like that. That kid could go on to do a lot of cool things as that being his like lightning rod moment.
That's true. Nowadays, people get famous for video games. Like it's one of those things. Back in the day, your mom and dads would say like, "Why are you playing those video games? You're not gonna do anything." And now people make a living playing games, and that can be a jumping point for this kid. Definitely, like the opportunities are endless now, like with the internet these days. And
you get all that rush of positivity, you almost want they are just on to the next moment or the next achievement to be wanting to achieve. And that's great. Honestly, it just starts off with something small and it becomes so big, and don't grasp it at that moment.
Yeah.
You lose it.
That is something to be proud of and could legitimately turn into a more prosperous career than this soulless husk of a woman sitting here on Sky News with this hollow smile, probably in a loveless marriage. I'll get parasocial. Like he literally did nothing besides just enjoy himself, pull off something really fucking cool, and she's just going with the classic go outside nerd shit. It's so ridiculous and like legitimately out of nowhere for an uplifting news segment. This kid should try Donkey Kong next, take the title from Billy Mitchell. Billy Mitchell will go to his house and break his kneecaps himself, personally. And then pour his hot sauce brand in his eyeballs or something, try and blind him.
That's a whole story for another day.
For his own safety, Willis should stay away from Donkey Kong. I'm gonna sue a 13-year-old for being better than him.
Okay, give us 1 second. Okay, so yeah, it's one of those things like why some like different generations can't accept some levity in like the small joys. Like, come on, it's these small achievements or big. This is still big. It's just these achievements. Like, why belittle them just because you don't understand them? Like,
yeah, it should have been an uplifting story, a positivity, like Moist Criticals was talking about, and this woman definitely shat on it. Like and he is absolutely right about the whole thing. Like she was just simply having a bad day and taking it out on this little kid, a 13-year-old kid. She's a full-grown ass woman. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. If you didn't want to talk about the story, you didn't have to. Nobody made you.
Exactly, and yeah, your job was just to report on it, and she just went off the script and decided to be quote funny, and it did not work out. And that's where it is at the moment. She's probably going to make an apology video just because it's how the world works. And
yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, I think he's gonna be proud of this moment. The internet is happy about it. he should use this momentum to do whatever he wants and continue from there. But yeah, the thing is, the way the internet is, like, there's gonna be people who are just gonna trash you. That's the other. She is a visualization of thousands of people who trash on other people. She's just one of many who actually has a face. That's the best way I can explain it. Because,
I agree. Absolutely agree.
So yeah, but go check out the videos. Those are some great ways. See him beat it. See the history of it, because that's cool. All right then.
Yeah, it is cool. Absolutely. Give him props. Good for him.
All right then. We're at the end of the show, everyone. Thank you for joining us. It's been an interesting start of the year. Definitely not what we thought. Friends were broken down, sadly, but they're working their way back up to recovery, like we are trying to do ourselves. So yeah, if you want to help out Connor and his family, there's gonna be a link for the GoFundMe down below. And follow us on all social medias. Links down below. Thank you for listening and following. Liz, do you have anything final words before we end the first episode of the year?
Yes. Happy 2024. Big or small accomplishments, whether that you have goals you want to achieve this year, it's small steps, one day at a time, baby steps. Get there. You'll do it. I'm rooting for you, and hopefully you have a great start of the year, and hopefully it's a better year that comes around.
All right then. Everyone, thanks again for listening or watching. Until next time, see ya.
Bye.